Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's been a while, like all of these videos. I've taken way too long to get back into the swing of things. We missed Evolution, but we are here for the big one. The biggest party of the summer, the first ever 2-night SummerSlam card. It is meant to compete with WrestleMania. It was already the second biggest show of the year, but we have the card in front of us, and I have every single match and my predictions for every single match from night 1 and night 2. So let's get straight into it and waste no time. Starting with night 1, we're going to start with the Women's Universal Championship, Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill. A little thing about this feud, it's not really done too much for me. I don't think they've built it up very well. Jade and Tiffy have barely interacted. In fact, the last time they interacted, because I'm filming this before Friday Night SmackDown, the go-home show, the last time they interacted, it was Tiffany Stratton running out to save Jade Cargill for some reason, and then Jade holding the title up and Tiffy not having a problem and taking it back, whatever. It's been an awkward feud, to say the least, but since Naomi has left the conversation of this feud has gone so far down in terms of my interest in it, sadly. Yeah, it's the feud, the build-up, it's not been exciting, and now there's no Naomi factor, even less so, because that was really the anchor heel between both of them, because they're both technically faces still. This is happening either way. The Queen of the Ring, Jade Cargill versus Tiffany Stratton. My prediction is that Jade Cargill's gonna win, as long as it's a good match, because I think this is really important for Jade specifically, because she's had some matches. The one against Asuka wasn't that good, which is a huge shame. But I do believe it will be Jade leaving SummerSlam with the championship. So the next match that we are going to be talking about is Randy Orton and Jelly Roll taking on Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul. Drew has made it past immigration. He's no longer stuck in the UK, and this match is going ahead. I think I'm glad I made this video so close to SummerSlam, because if you had asked me about this match 2 weeks ago, a week ago, I would be very off-put. They've built this well, I still think this is a gross misuse of resources, but if they weren't gonna do anything else with them, why not? Randy Orton and Jelly Roll going in against Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul. Who do I have winning? Well, first of all, it needs to be a good match. If it's not an amazing match, we've wasted 3 huge talents on a celebrity match, which can't run. So I'm gonna hope it's a good match, and I'm gonna say it's gonna be Logan and Drew, simply because in every exchange, basically, it's been very much Randy and Jelly Roll standing tall, and it's been Logan and Drew being the heel. Randy can tank a loss, but I don't think to Jelly Roll, Logan, or specifically Drew, who, as of last year, I've been putting on the top list of WWE superstars, let alone heels. I don't think Drew can tank a loss to Jelly Roll, even if it is Logan Paul getting pinned by Randy Orton, if you know what I mean. I don't think he can hack that. So I think it should be the 2 heels winning. The baby faces, they try their best, but it's just not enough. And underhanded tactics, I don't care. As long as Drew and Logan win, I'm very pleased. So that's my prediction. The next match we're going to be looking at is the women's tag team title match between the Judgment Day team of Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez going up against Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. This match is going ahead, even though Alexa Bliss did explode her nose during that really rough spot earlier the other week. This match is going ahead, and I'm very pleased with it. They built it really well. I've very much enjoyed this team more than I thought I would, of Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair. It's got me rooting for Charlotte Flair, and it's got me very confused in my feelings, because normally I'm not the biggest fan of Charlotte Flair, especially if she's going after a title, but they've made her endearing. They partnered her with one of my favorites of all time, Alexa Bliss, and it is just working. The We're Not Friends, the Partners of Convenience, whatever you want to call it, that group is working lovely, and it's done exactly what they needed to for Charlotte Flair. So that being said, I think Raquel and Roxanne have been really good champions. I think I'm really glad they won. I think it was at Evolution. I'm really glad they won that match, because it's given them more time to sit as champions and build themselves as champions. Since Liv's gone, maybe this is a consequence of Liv leaving, obviously being injured, but Raquel's looked so much more strong and much more fierce. Either way, I am predicting Charlotte and Alexa to win. I think Roxanne and Raquel kind of need to drop these titles, but still be in the tag team division, because they're starting to build something here. But I think they need to drop it for the next chapter of this Judgment Day story. They've all got gold, and I think pretty much they're all going to be left without gold in terms of Dom, spoiler alert, but Dom and the women's tag team titles. I think that's the next chapter in this Judgment Day story, because they've had their high, I think they're going to have their low, like they always do after SummerSlam. Something big happens. So that is my prediction for that. The next match we're looking at is one that I'm very excited for, that I'm very nervous for. Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross. Now, the build-up for this has been fantastic. Kross has been amazing on the mic. Sami's been sympathetic heel 101 like he always is. Going into this match, there's a lot of rumours that Karrion Kross might be not being re-signed. So this could be Karrion Kross's last match / feud. But no, we've earned this SummerSlam match. Their feud has earned this match. I've predicted Karrion Kross is going to win, but I don't think that means the match specifically. I'm predicting that Karrion Kross either wins the match outright, or what I'm going to properly predict, because I think this is more likely, I think Sami Zayn's going to win the match using underhanded heel tactics, basically solidifying that Karrion Kross was right about him, about people, and Sami Zayn is just as bad as him. He's no better. And I think that is a win for Karrion Kross. But on the board, it's going to be a Sami Zayn win, so I'm predicting Sami Zayn to win, but I think there's that kind of way to make Karrion Kross win without him having to pin Sami Zayn. So, very quick. I'm excited for this match, very nervous. I hope it's not Karrion Kross's last match, because this has been a really, really good feud, and Karrion Kross, once again, has endeared himself to the fans. He's been showing everybody showing the board and showing Triple H and TKO why the fans are clamoring for him so much, and I think it's really important that we do get Karrion Kross staying and having other feuds with other people, causing these, moments of doubt, pulling the strings. I think it's a really fun character that you can do. So, predicting Sami Zayn, but hoping that he doesn't win clean, because that would probably solidify Karrion Kross's exit, sadly. The next match we're going to be looking at is Roman Reigns and Jey Uso partnering up for the first time in a little while as a tag team versus the Bronze. Bronson Reed, Bron Breakker, with Paul Heyman by their side. Bron Breakker has accepted the mantle of leader while Seth Rollins is injured, and he is I think he said he's got a plan, and so what is plan B? I'm now confused, because I was certain some crazy return or some crazy debut or some crazy big heel turn, Austin Theory, Tony D'Angelo, whatever, someone joining this faction without Paul Heyman's knowledge or without Seth's knowledge, or Bron Breakker doing this by himself, trying to run the place. I was so certain that was going to happen, and it was going to lead to underhanded tactics. Roman and Jey lose because they can handle that, because two superstars who have been jumped by the numbers game. That's completely fine. And now, the last episode of Monday Night Raw I just watched, Roman Reigns and Jey Uso have been demolished by Bron Breakker, demolished by Bronson Reed. Roman Reigns' really cool shoes got stolen. I don't know. I'm now leaning towards Roman Reigns and Jey getting their comeuppance, getting their comeuppance on Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed, considering how badly they got destroyed. I've never seen Roman Reigns get manhandled in such a long time the way he just did, not since Brock Lesnar. I'm leaning more towards Roman Reigns and Jey, but I'm going to stick to my gut. I think they've just got big things for Bron Breakker, and they've just made him look really strong by orchestrating the demolishing of Jey Uso and Roman Reigns. And I think he's going to look really strong, because I think his acquisition or his plan is going to come up, and they're going to beat Jey and Roman badly. That one's the hardest one to predict for me. I just don't see how you can have two uber megastars lose to Bronze, but also to build this faction. I see exactly why you would make them lose. So that's my prediction. The Bronze win due to underhanded tactics and hopefully a debut, because I think that's the only real way you can kind of cover that. Next match we're looking at is the main event, in my opinion. I'm pretty sure it's either confirmed or it's going to be. I believe this is going to be the main event. CM Punk, Gunther, World Heavyweight Championship. Right, so build up for this has been 2 weeks long. They haven't been able to have a back and forth on the mic, which is a real shame, because I think Gunther and CM Punk could be absolute gold on the mic back and forth, but their promos have been fine. They've been sound against each other, and I'm really hyped up for this match, because this is the first time we've got this World Heavyweight Championship not stuck between Damian Priest, Jey Uso, and Gunther in so long. And that's exactly what I wanted. Obviously, Gunther wins back the championship from Jey Uso. He went against Goldberg, but you know what I mean. Gunther is the champion. and he's been the champion for a little while since they took the title off of Jey Uso. And CM Punk is desperate for this title. I'm just glad this match exists, but predicting it is not easy because there's so many factors. I would say Gunther could easily retain, and I'm expecting this to probably let a couple people down in the sense of, I think people for this main event are expecting Bloodline Rules or a bunch of other people getting involved. But I think there's a good chance it doesn't have that. It's just a really good graps wrestling match where the best in the world goes up against one of the best in the world right now, and we find out who really is the best in the world. It could easily be that, and then in that case, flip a coin. Gunther, CM Punk, whoever you want to win. But then it's really, it would be irresponsible of me to not consider the opportunity or the fact that there's a chance that Seth Rollins could involve himself. It's difficult. If the Bron Brons had a match on a different night, if the Bron Brons weren't having a match probably like straight before or hours before this main event, I could see Seth orchestrating the Bron Brons to come out and attack CM Punk, make sure he doesn't win. Or, I don't see that now because the match is happening and they're going to be busy with Jey and Roman earlier in the night. There's a chance that maybe the injury was a work, but I don't want to predict that because it looks so serious and I don't want to at all predict. Or maybe even though the injury's real, we could have a situation where CM Punk's laying there, Gunther's laying there, burn it down hits, he comes out, he either cashes in or he just hits CM Punk with the briefcase. If there's anyone in the WWE right now who I think I can forgive for not being a present champion, it's Seth Rollins. He's a workhorse. Everything he did at WrestleMania 40, how great his WrestleMania main event at WrestleMania 41 was. I can forgive him having a few months where we don't see the title, or I'm actually very comfortable with him relinquishing the title straight after winning it, like the biggest hater you'd ever imagine style, and I'm okay with him relinquishing it so that we can have, I guess, maybe a big battle bracket to see who wins a tournament, who knows. But if it goes one-on-one, clearly they're okay with having Gunther take losses to certain people. If it goes one-on-one, I do see CM Punk winning. If it's just a wrestling match and if they want to have the big crescendo, the fans go home happy. I'm predicting CM Punk just to be safe on the safe side. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And if I'm right, I'm right. Night 2 of SummerSlam, we're going to be moving on to that now. We're going to be starting with this outrageous, record, like ground-shaking, breaking match. A massive TLC match between the Wyatt Six, let me get this right, the Wyatt Six, Andrade and Rey Fenix, Firaxium, Motor City Machine Guns, DIY, and the Street Profits. Now, I don't think I've missed anyone, but if I have, I'm very sorry. There's a lot of humans in this match for the TLC, for the tag titles in a TLC match. We've done it again. We are so back, baby. This SmackDown Tag Team division is cooking, and they keep cooking, because earlier in the year, this TLC match for the tag titles originally, with just, I think, 4 teams? Maybe 5? I think it was just 4. Was unbelievable. It was probably one of the matches of the year before Io and Rhea rocked along. Genuinely. Now, I think this is more than the opportunity to be the biggest car crash in WWE history. In terms of a TLC match, it could be the best in WWE history. Because of the bodies we've got and the workers we've got. This match is going to melt eyeballs, and it's gonna cook so hard. Now, I don't know where you put this in the card. If you do it at the start, people will be gassed out. If you do it at near the end, you're worried about your main event. But wherever they put this, it's stealing the show, sadly. So good luck for anyone who has to compete with this afterwards. I've been semi-disillusioned with Motor City Machine Guns in terms of their championship ability, in terms to win, because obviously they had such aura when they first started taking the tag titles, like in their 3rd match or whatever. So I don't see them winning because they've been more fodder for the other teams, which is really crazy to say because it's Motor City Machine Guns. But they bring a prestige that when you beat people, you beat them, and it makes you more legitimized. And I think this is going to be a similar situation. So I'm not going to say Motor Machine Guns. I don't see DIY winning it. I don't see Firaxium winning it yet, which is, I think I'd be pleasantly surprised if Firaxium win it because I know how good they are. But I think the Wyatt Six are dropping it here. I don't see, they've been really good. They've been completely rejuvenated. They've been fantastic in this division. However, I really don't see them as champions more so. I see them more as a massive thorn in the side of the division. trying to, I don't know, tell them what it really means to have brotherhood and stuff like that, whatever they're doing. I don't see them as champions. So I believe it's going to be a toss-up between Rey Fenix and Andrade and the Street Profits. I don't need to say anything about the Street Profits. They have been kind of the figurehead, alongside maybe DIY, of this resurgence of the tag team division. They have been phenomenal. It has been a joke how good this division has been, with them spearheading it. So don't need to say anything about that. They can win whenever. But Andrade and Rey Fenix, there's something about this that I think they've struck gold. They've found two single superstars that are doing absolutely nothing, who have such complementing styles, who are unbelievable in-ring workers. I think they've caught the hearts of fans as well, and I genuinely think, on accident almost, WWE has hit gold with this tag team, and I think they're going to want to pull the trigger early. So I'm predicting them. This match is going to break the world, and I'm so excited for it. Let's move on to the next match. So we've got Dom versus AJ Styles, one of the more entertaining and funny feuds. AJ Styles has been in his comedy bag. He has been fantastic. And Dominic Mysterio has been prime Dominic Mysterio, so I have no complaints there. But I think it's time we take this IC title off Dominic Mysterio. I love how they've made a story out of the fact Dominic's not been defending the title, but the fact of the matter is he hasn't. It's been a reign, but this fantastic feud with AJ Styles definitely has boosted it from a bad reign to a meh reign. And I think AJ Styles, it's about time he gets his hand on some gold. Dominic Mysterio looks to be possibly taking the AAA title over in AAA with that main event at Slammiversary, was it? No, Triple Mania, that's the one. He's in the main event of that match. There's a good chance he wins. So if you want gold on him, just give him that, because they love him over there in AAA. So yeah, fantastic match I think it's going to be, hopefully at least. Moving on to the next match, we've got Solo Sikoa versus Jacob Fatu in a steel cage for the United States Championship. I think I was so pleasantly surprised, first and foremost, when Solo Sikoa won the United States Championship off Jacob. And then all he's been doing is getting his ass beat since winning it, which is a shame in terms of building him up as a good champion. But I can kind of, it would be so easy to just assume that they're going to give it straight back to Jacob Fatu. But I think you almost bury Solo Sikoa when he's got something kind of special going on here with this new faction, the My Family Tree. I think underhanded tactics, something crazy, like maybe like someone else returning or something else, something like some people breaking into the steel cage. I don't know, I'm predicting Solo to win just because I kind of hope there's a bit more legs for this feud. However, they have had matches and stuff like that. I don't know. There's a really good chance Jacob wins, but I'm going to say Solo just in case I'm right. Next is Becky Lynch versus Lyra Valkyria, the finale in what has been possibly feud of the year. Genuinely, the way Lyra has been raised up by Becky Lynch and the way the prestige of the IC title, if you look at it next to the United States title, it doesn't even get any TV time. And then you look at this one and it's on PLE after PLE. Two of the four horsewomen are vying for it. And then you've got one of the future pillars of your company, Lyra Valkyria. And I think this is the time where she's going to win it back. I think she's going to win back this title. And then she's going to turn from one main eventer who's a four horsewoman to Bayley, who is definitely turning heel. Unbelievably. I'm certain she's turning heel. So Lyra vs Bayley can be the next huge feud. Lyra needs it more, because if Becky wins, Lyra has the stipulation where she can't fight it for it again until Becky loses it eventually. I think Lyra wins. I think then she can turn to Bayley and we can put this unbelievably good heel version of Becky Lynch on the Raw side of the main event, because other than Naomi, with the absence of Liv Morgan, there's no heels. Rhea's not a heel. Io's not a heel. Like, Stephanie Vaquer's not a heel. These are loved people, and we need some heels in that main event. So that's my prediction. Lyra Valkyria wins back the title against Becky Lynch, and I'm gonna add in a little sprinkle of Bayley is their next big feud. So next match is the follow-up from the match of the year. My opinion, possibly the greatest women's wrestling match of all time. Rhea Ripley, Io Sky. That match at Evolution melted my brain out of my head, and they topped it off with a cash-in and Naomi and a massive shock. They were so smart with how they did that. That is a match I absolutely adore. Now, you've added Naomi into what is now a triple threat. The other one of the matches of the year was Io, Rhea, and Bianca. This has all the makings of one of the best women's matches of all time. I'm just saying. Similarly to WrestleMania, similarly to Evolution, you've got all the pieces involved that would be so good for this. Now, who's winning? It's so hard to not say Io Sky. It's impossible almost to not say Rhea Ripley. But Naomi just won this, and this cash-in was, in my opinion, the best women's cash-in of all time. And I think it would be a really big disservice to take Naomi out of this championship reign and to get it off her within a couple weeks. We've got something so special here. They've hit diamond, they've hit rock, they've hit something so special with this heel Naomi. She was good as a face, but this deranged psychopath Naomi, who's just absolutely off her mind, is such a good character, and it's so needed for this division right now. A division that's lacking in heels. And yeah, I'm gonna go for Naomi to retain somehow, maybe underhandedly. I mean, it's a triple threat match, but as long as the match is unreal, I think Naomi's going to retain. You're going to go off to Clash in the Castle, or Clash in Paris this year, against Stephanie Vaquer, and unbelievable match there too. So that is my prediction. That is what I'm going to go for. Naomi retains. And now let's go into the main event. You've got John Cena versus Cody Rhodes 2. No. I really, really hope Travis Scott doesn't have anything involved, at least nothing important happening in this match. Don't know how to feel here. The build for this has been infinitely better than the build for WrestleMania. The very illegal contract signing, making this a street fight, extra stipulation that I was locked in already because it's, you know, John Cena, Cody Rhodes, even though last WrestleMania's main event was probably the worst match of the year in terms of Peter Lee and how excited we were, and the fact it's the main event of WrestleMania. But who's winning this? I really don't know. It's a street fight, so basically it's bloodline rules all over again. So you're stuck with that one. So this is not going to be a clean match. This is going to be a lot of things happening. And I feel like a fool here, but I'm going to be dream booking here rather than what my head's saying. So let's go with it. We have John Cena running to the last couple of dates in the last few months of his retirement tour. And we've got Cody Rhodes, who I believe it's scheduled that he's going to be going away to film Street Fighter for a bit after this SummerSlam. So that then made me think, oh damn, okay, John Cena's going to retain. Fair enough. I was going to say Cody, but John Cena can retain and continue being this bad guy. What if we have this match? It's so much better than WrestleMania. Please, thank God, please, please, please. Be a better match than WrestleMania, okay? Considering how good CM Punk John Cena was, considering how good Randy Orton John Cena was, considering how surprisingly not bad Ron Killings versus John Cena was, we can have a good match here, Cody and John. They need to put on something special, okay? To make up for the nightmare that was WrestleMania main event this year. So, bear with. We have a great match, and then the final boss, The Rock, music hits. No Fiend, just The Rock, and then he comes on out. You're thinking, oh damn, Cody's in trouble. Cody's about to get cooked, and then instead, The Rock gives him one last chance. He gives him this ultimatum. The Rock says, you have a chance. I'm giving you one more chance. Do you want to accept? John Cena's like, the fuck? John Cena's confused. He's like, shit, I thought you were here to help me. We made a deal, you know, I sold my soul to you, buddy. And then this time, because this whole story has been Cody Rhodes, if I get another chance, I'm not going to blink. So obviously they're talking about hitting with the title that he didn't do at WrestleMania. But maybe they're also insinuating this. If he gets another chance to get the easy way, another chance to get the title back that he desperately desires, The Rock gives him that, he won't blink. Cody Rhodes takes the offer. John Cena gets demolished. Everyone's now like, oh no, not John Cena. Cody Rhodes turns heel and then goes away with the title for a while. I think that would be fantastic. I think that's exactly, like, we're talking like Roman Reigns' schedule for maybe like a month or two. And it's not too bad because John Cena's already been a part-time champion pretty much. So we're kind of used to not having that title for a bit. I think that's my prediction. It's oddly specific. It's crazy, but I'm going to say that Cody Rhodes is going to win this title and turn heel. Or I could be wrong and John Cena just kicks him and hits him with the title again and game over. Or Travis Scott comes out and fiends all over the match and ruins the main event. Whatever. That is my dream. I hope The Rock comes back to finally pay off a storyline. I think that's how you can lean it towards John Cena turning face again. I think Cody Rhodes is winning this match if anyone gets involved, and I think if no one gets involved, like it's probably gonna be, John Cena's just gonna win again. That is my predictions. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think. I want your predictions in the comments. If there's anything you completely disagree with, if there's anything you personally fantasy book in your head, we have this weekend of wrestling, so 12 matches or something like that, and we've got a lot of predictions here. So let me know what you think. After SummerSlam, I'm gonna do a prediction reaction video, but I'm gonna react to my reactions, so reacting to my reactions, reacting to the card, after I'm reacting from SummerSlam, whatever, a lot of reactions, but we're gonna review my predictions and see how wrong I am. So thank you guys so much for watching. Enjoy SummerSlam. Again, put your thoughts in the comments, leave a like, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video after SummerSlam, and yeah, take care, enjoy, bye.